Show. My name's Andy. This is my little 10-minute window to the rest of the world. And in the past, I brought you 13 tips on how to successfully survive a horror film. Never turn your back on a corpse. Don't leave it in one piece. Never walk over the body. If you think you're being followed, you probably are. Burn the place down. Never run through hanging laundry. If you're being chased by zombies, don't run into the cemetery. Never answer the phone. Dark corners, they're dark for a reason. Stay out of them. Never be the first one to get up out of bed. Always check the back seat of your car. If a dead body comes back to life and tries to tell you something, listen to it. If you see someone who has blood on their hands, there's probably a reason. The blood didn't get there by itself. Look at what you're wearing. Tonight, I will bring you 13 more tips on how to successfully survive a horror film. To successfully survive a horror film, you have to think a little bit outside the box. Sometimes some things may not make sense when you see them happening on the screen, but if it happens to you in real life, you're like, oh, you know, like running up the stairs, whatever. This one is a very serious one. Tip number 14, never walk backwards in the dark. Because when you walk backwards in the dark in a horror film, you're gonna run into something. Someone's there, something's there you don't want to be in the room with. So, never walk backwards in the dark. You maybe give me a perplexed look like, what is that supposed to mean? Rewatch some of your favorite horror films and then you'll know what I'm talking about. Tip number 15 kind of coincides with tip number 5 about avoiding hanging laundry. It's more of an indoor version of it. When someone is doing remodeling in a house or if the house has been shut down for a while, avoid hanging plastic. Especially if there's mannequins underneath it, because you know the killer's always underneath the third one. Also, avoid going through plastic if you're going around the corners while someone's remodeling in a house. Just be questioning about anybody who's remodeling a house, because you never know if they're remodeling just to hide something in the walls. Tip number 16 is a good one. If you happen to find yourself in a situation where you're investigating a strange noise, or you for whatever reason you have to go into the room and it's dark and you don't know what you're going to find in there, never let the door close behind you.
No! No! Don't touch them!
Watch out!
The doors!
The door!
Because then, if he does, you're trapped, you're dead. You didn't make it past the 4th reel.
Hey, wake up.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Exception to that rule is if you were a cop in a horror film investigating something, because then you're probably going to find a clue that's going to help you. But still, it's never a good idea to let yourself feel trapped with a door locked behind you.
Halloween night. A small American town. 15 years ago.
Michael?
I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil. I think he'll come back.
Exploring uncharted territory.
Totally charted.
Just
Sure. The only reason she babysits is to have
Halloween.
Come on out. Halloween, the night he came home.
Tip number 17 brings us to the bathroom. This one always drives me crazy in the movies. If you're in a horror film and you find yourself in the bathroom, always keep the medicine cabinets closed. Because as soon as you shut this, you're going to see something you don't want to see.
You do know the front door was open again last night.
Okay, let's do this, yeah? Yeah? I gotta do a wee first.
So keep your medicine cabinet mirrors shut. This will keep you safe, unless you happen to be in a vampire movie. Because in some of the vampire movies, you can't see, you don't catch reflections, but better safe than sorry. While we're in the bathroom, I might as well point out, this one applies to life too. Look behind the shower curtain, or in this case, a shower door. That's half the reason we got this, so that we can see through it. Always look behind the shower curtain, but be prepared to see something you don't want to see. Tip number 19 is another one of those that applies to life as well. If you're on the road, never piss off a trucker. When we're still on the road, never pick up a hitchhiker. No good comes of it. Pick up a hitchhiker, you might find yourself dealing with someone like this, or like this, or worse, like this.